Hey guys, welcome back to AF Farms, where we're giving you today a tractor guide. So there's a number of tractors in the game, small, medium and large. If you're new to the game, you may be wondering which tractor is right for you. Is there any differences? Where do you start? What do you pick? So this video aims to answer those questions. So what we'll do is we'll jump into the build mode to give a bit of a flyover. So what we've got in the front here is we've got a range of tractors. So we've got two small tractors. One on the left here is on the lower end of the budget, and then the one on the right is at the higher end of the budget. Then we're moving over into the medium tractors. So we've got a Fendt and a John Deere. Then we're moving into the large tractors with the dual wheel Fendt. Then we've got the largest tractors and the most powerful tractors in the game up the back. So we'll go through each one individually, and we'll have a discussion about pros and cons, what they're good for, etc. So define tractors into vehicles. They're broken down into small, medium and large. So if we jump into the smalls, we've got a range of small tractors here. So we've chosen the Massey Ferguson MF370AL, and this is it here. So it's got a couple of options there with the engine, wheel setups, tyre setups, front loader attachments, etc. So that is this one just here. So you can see quite small, has a horsepower rating of 75 to 95 based on the engine you choose. So basically the key things you need to remember with tractor selection is the horsepower rating, and really that's probably, and maybe the speed, so 40 kilometers per hour in this case, because the horsepower requirement dictates what you can pull with this tractor in terms of implements. So little tractor would be pulling small implements, larger tractors would be pulling larger implements, for example. So that's the difference there. So move along to the class. So that is going to be at the higher end of the small tractor price point, which is this one here. So the Arion 660 610. So it ranges from 145 to 205 horsepower, does 50 kilometers per hour, and has a range of options for engine, wheel setup, front loader, etc. So moving on into the mediums, we've chosen the Fendt. This one is the 700 Vario, so 150 horsepower to 246 with a top speed of 50 k's an hour. So the engine's set up, you can see there we're getting an incremental horsepower increase all the way up to 246 in this case. So for an extra 47,500 you can get an extra essentially 100 horsepower out of this tractor, which may suit you, may not be necessary, but it's all an additional cost at the end of the day. So it's something you need to weigh up in terms of purchasing new equipment. So, and the other one we have chosen here is the John Deere 6R. So it ranges from 280 to 300 horsepower, and it'll do 50 kilometers per hour. So that's it there. Nice machine, nice and compact. Once again, various engine options. So this one only has two in this case. Different wheel setups, twin versus single versus wheel weights, that sort of thing. So the wheels do play a part in traction, so especially going uphill. So if you're going to be doing a lot of hilly farming on hills and such things, it's good to invest in some dual tires. And also the wheel weights help to weigh down the tractor without having to use additional weights on the front or the back, depending on the size of the implement you're trying to transport. So that's those. So we've got a Fendt here as well. So this is moving into the large tractor category. So this is the base Fendt 900 Vario. So it starts out 280,000, 296 horsepower to 415 with a top speed of 60 kilometers per hour. Once again, various engine options up to 415 horsepower. I would always lean towards getting the highest horsepower requirement you can afford, just because that gives you more options for implements that you need to pull in the future. So You may buy a tractor thinking that it's just going to be used for one purpose. Then, however, the gameplay loop changes. You want to evolve your farm into a bigger operation or different, requiring different implements, etc. And that higher horsepower requirement would become in really handy. So it's something you should consider when purchasing. So that's the Fendt. Moving down to the big tractors in the game. So we've got the Case IH Steiger. So this is the one with the highest horsepower. So these are all base game tractors, by the way, no mods. So if we go into large tractors, scroll all the way down to the end, we've got the Case IH Steiger AFS Connect. So it'll go up to 692 horsepower, and it comes with twin wheels with weights. So twin wheels are basically standard, as you can see there. And these tractors articulate in the middle. So what I mean by that is if we just jump in here, start it up, they basically turn from the center, okay? So something to keep in mind when transporting and driving around. They don't have front wheel steering because of the size and the I guess the loads that they're under. That's how they're designed. So we've got the 9RX here. It is the same, so it articulates in the middle. This one is on the higher end of the cost bracket as well. A little bit less powerful than the Case IH, but still quite up there. 670 horsepower. So this will pull every implement in the game, no problem. Same with the New Holland T9. And obviously this one has engine options up to 670, and you can also choose different track designs based on your gameplay. So wide tracks for better traction, standard just for standard farming, no problem at all. Alright, moving along, we've got the Fendt 1167 MT. So you'll notice this one has just the 2-track setup. So we'll actually start this up and I'll move it backwards so we can showcase its maneuverability. So basically what this tractor has the ability to do is essentially turn on itself. So it has a really tight turning circle. So it's very maneuverable. So you can see that there. It's able to turn basically in tight spaces. Also, so I'll just pull this back into line, turn that off, jump out. You can find that. So that's another variety of tractor which comes in 2 brands, I believe. So the John Deere 8RT. So this is a 2-track version. So you can see that there. And then we've got the Challenger, which is another 2-track version. And then we've got the Fendt 900, which is what we were displaying just before. And it'll do up to 430 horsepower, I believe. And then this is the one, sorry. So this one will do up to 673. So it's designed to pull the heaviest implements in a straight line. It's not really for much else, but in game, obviously, it'll do what you need it to do. And then the last one is just the New Holland T9. So this one articulates in the middle as well. So we'll showcase that there. And it is a wheeled version, so it's basically obviously not tracked like the others, but you can get that in either the wheeled version or the tracked version, which is this one here. So that's basically just a small selection of the in-game tractors. There are a few more than that, but basically this sort of covers the spectrum of small low-end tractor to small high-end, medium low-end to medium high-end pricing, large low-end to large high end with the case, and the John Deere. And there is another large tractor that's worth mentioning, which is the Versatile, which is this one here. So once again, same sort of setup, a little bit lower on the horsepower requirement, but just has a different look. And then we've got the Big Bud, which is a mod. I'll just mention it because it's obviously in my game, but if you want this tractor, you need to download the mod. But it's got 1,100 horsepower, but it's not a base game item, so it has to be downloaded from the mod hub. So yeah, just wanted to showcase a few different tractors, a few considerations in terms of power requirements. So power requirement is basically the key factor, and obviously your budget for what you're looking to achieve with your farm. And one more thing I will mention, which I didn't before, is the JCB Fast Track. So this tractor is the fastest tractor in the game. So it's got a top speed of 70 kilometers per hour, which makes good use when you have to travel long distances to drop off deliveries or products, or you want to get implements from one end of the farm to the other quickly. The 70k per hour top speed allows you to get that job done faster, as opposed to say a John Deere, which will do 50k's, and most of the fence will do 60 kilometers per hour. So just another consideration there. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you got something out of this video. If you got any questions, hit me up in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.